it's not going to come as a surprise with the two most common questions I get as a financial advisor and an investment manager. The first one is, hey, Azul, do I have enough money to retire now or in 3 years, 7 years, 10 years, whatever the time frame is? And the second question has to do with investment management. And there, people are hoping I'm the next Warren Buffett. Hey, Azul, are you the next Warren Buffett? Have you beaten Warren Buffett's results? That's what they're hoping to get. I'm going to talk about the first question now, and then we'll talk about the second question about beating Warren Buffett at the end. But really today's video, let's get up and go for a little bit of a stroll. And I'll give you a view of this beautiful sunset as we talk. Really today's video is, what are the aspects of planning that I think are every bit as important and maybe even more important than the financial aspects, right? The financial aspects, it's number crunching. It's really, really important, but there's other qualitative aspects that are going to determine the happiness, the joy of your retirement, the success of your retirement, every bit as much as the money numbers, right? As humans, we're adaptable. We don't know what the future holds for us. We don't know what our health is going to be. We don't know how long we're going to live. Heck, we don't even know what the tax rates are going to be for 2023, which is the year that I'm recording this, right? So there's a lot of unknowns. We don't know what's going to happen with Social Security. So yes, the financial numbers are really important, but I want you to think about these other non-financial aspects, these 5 financial aspects. And again, be sure to stay to the end where I'm going to talk to you about how I answer the, hey, Azul, are you better than Warren Buffett question from an investment management standpoint. Okay, to me, the most important aspect of planning, which is partially in our control and partially or maybe even largely out of our control, not entirely out of our control, and that is our health, right? The health of our body, both from a nutrition standpoint, and then also from a working out standpoint, right? I say that our health is determined in the kitchen and in the gym, and it's how much chopping we do in the kitchen to make fresh food, healthy food, and it's how much sweating we do in the gym. Not necessarily in the gym. That's kind of tongue-in-cheek because it's really important to just get out there and move, and whatever it is that gets you excited, I think is super important. And equally important to your physical health is your mental health, right? And just like we have to do things to keep ourselves, we have to invest time, we have to invest money in our health. It's the same thing with our mental health. And that goes from just staying in a positive frame of mind, right? Just feeding, not just feeding your body nutritious stuff, but feeding your mind nutritious information to help us stay in a positive frame of mind. I read a lot of books. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I mostly listen to books. I should read physical books, but I like Audible better. Podcasts, YouTube videos like this, good for you for watching YouTube videos on this subject. Hopefully my channel is helpful. That's my goal. But your physical health, your mental health, we can create our own heaven or our own hell, depending on our mental state, right? And it's not entirely up, in our control. Some people, I'm fortunate, some people like myself are just naturally happy. Other people have to work on it, but we all do what we can. So those are the two aspects I want to start off with. The next one is making sure that you know what your next passion is going to be and your next purpose outside of retirement. There are people that are retirement coaches. I think that can be money very well spent to help you think, hopefully 2, 3, 5 years before you retire. Start thinking about what are the things that you want to do in retirement. What's that next passion going to be? What's your next sense of purpose going to be? And just like there's a coach for going to the gym and there's nutritional coaches for helping you eat right, there's also retirement coaches that can help you start thinking years ahead of time. What do you want to do in this next chapter of your life? And hopefully you have a few chapters left in your life. And I think the sooner you start working on that, the better. I've mentioned mini retirements in the past where you can try out things. If you haven't seen my video on that yet, there's a video that I'll link to up above. But it's the whole idea of, you know, trying to get some quality time away from work while you're still working, maybe a month to 3 months, and try out different things. You know, do you think it would be fun to be a football coach at the high school, or do you think it would be fun, you know, to be a volleyball coach, whatever, football, volleyball coach? Do you think it would be fun to do a YouTube channel, or start writing and keeping a blog and an online presence, and find other people that share your passions and your interests? Okay, so that's the third one. And the nice thing is there's coaches for all these. I mentioned earlier, right? There's coaches for nutrition, there's coaches for the gym, there's coaches for mental health, you know, therapists, counselors, whatever is best for you. There's retirement coaches. And the next one is relationships. You know, relationships with your friends, relationships with your spouse. I think the relationship with your spouse obviously is critical. If you don't have as strong of a relationship with your spouse as you wish you did, I think it's worth the time and money. In fact, I know it's worth the time and money to try to rebuild that relationship, right? Because I'll tell you, one of the most expensive things and one of the biggest things that can make it more difficult financially to retire is divorce. So, you know, your relationship with your spouse, your relationship with your life partner, if you have one, that's a really important relationship. If you don't, you know, if you enjoy time by yourself, you don't have a partner in life, that's great too. And there's other relationships, right? There's relationships with your families and friends, and just investing the time and effort, because studies have shown people that, you know, I talked earlier about having purpose in retirement, and people that have good relationships and have a purpose in retirement, those are the main drivers for whether or not you have a happy retirement. And actually how much money you have is actually pretty far down that list. But relationships, purpose, passions, a reason for getting up in the morning, these are really, really important things. Again, people don't talk to me too often about that, right? They're so focused on the money side. And again, that's super important. But, you know, relationships, which is really point number 4 and point number 5 in this video, is relationships with others and relationships with your spouse. If you're enjoying this video, I'm about to get to how I answer the question, hey, Azul, are you the next Warren Buffett? Do you beat Warren Buffett? Of course you beat Warren Buffett, right? That's what everybody is asking me. But before we get there, if you're enjoying the video, do me a favor. As the kids say, thumbs for likes, subs for love. If you haven't subscribed yet, think about doing that. And comments for Azul. I really enjoy reading your comments. Okay, so the answer for the next Warren Buffett, you know, even Warren Buffett isn't always Warren Buffett. There's been plenty of 5-year periods where Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway, has underperformed the broader market, the S&P 500. So what I tell people is, you know, what you're really looking for is somebody that has a discipline, somebody that has a strategy that you agree with, that you can stick with in good times and bad times, and they've been doing it for hopefully decades. And you can see, you know, were they able to stick with their discipline? Because frankly, there's a lot of strategies that can work, right? But you've got to be able to stay with the strategy. So if the firm you're talking to, and again, I'm partial to fee-only financial advisors, strictly because they're fiduciaries to you 100% of the time. But what I tell people to look for in a fee-only financial advisor on the investing side is, you know, what is their strategy? Have they been doing it for decades? Do they stick to their strategy? And over time, are they basically keeping up with the market? Some years, maybe they're going to do better. Some years, they're going to do worse, but something that you can stick with for the long period of time. Again, with all my videos, this is not financial advice. This is really educational. I don't know your situation, so it can't be financial advice. But these are things for you to think about and to do your own research. And if you enjoyed today's video, I know you're going to enjoy this video up here where I talk about the average retiree income in retirement, and this video down here where I talk about 5 reasons to retire as soon as you can. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.